Hey everybody. So I've been getting a lot of requests for a video showing how to flatten PVC pipe with a stove rather than the heat gun. The reason I've been using the heat gun is it's a lot faster to show you guys how to do it, because honestly when I use the stove it takes me about half an hour per limb, to really heat it up enough to flatten. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it with a stove. You're going to need your pot, a 6-inch pot. You're going to need your flattening jig. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a variation on the PVC youth bow, and we're actually going to crank the poundage up to about 40 pounds or so. The way we're going to do that is we're actually going to shorten the effective length of the bow by adding additional bends to it. So we're going to start off with a 4-foot length of schedule 43 3/4 inch PVC pipe. And what you want to do is you want to mark in the center, 2 inches on either side, and then you want to measure 6 inches out from the handle marks. So 6 inches from here, 6 inches from here, and then you want to mark 6 inches for either end. So once you've got that, what we're going to do is you need to get an area ready, because once this gets hot enough, once this gets soft enough, we're going to have to put it straight into the flattening jig as fast as possible. So I'm going to show you guys how to heat a pipe up on the stove. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to turn your burner on high. This is an electric stovetop. You could use gas. I noticed gas tends to be faster, though it's a little easier to burn the pipe. The only problem with these heating coils is that they give a lot of ambient heat, so you're probably going to sweat a lot while doing this. So just keep that in mind. Keep well hydrated. And another thing too is the method that I'm going to show you guys, you need some sort of heat protection. Even I'm not going to go barehanded on this one, because we're basically going to anchor our hand here and we're going to pass the pipe over the heat slowly but surely, like this. And when we do this, we have to keep the pipe moving, because unlike the heat gun, the heat won't stay in the pipe very long. So you need to get the heat back onto the pipe, to the pipe section, so that it doesn't lose any heat. So the element here is starting to heat up a little bit. So we're going to do this, and basically I'm just going to be doing this. It's already hot, so I'm just going to be doing this, bringing it up to the handle, bringing it to the tip, turning it, bringing it to the handle, turning it, bringing it back to the tip. And I'm just going to be doing this probably for another 10 minutes or so. And then once everything gets nice and heated up, I'll show you the next step. Alright, so now that you can see, I've got it to where it's starting to get a little wobbly, a little noodly on me, like a wet noodle. But it's still not there yet. So what we need to do is you need to actually, instead of just bringing it back and forth with the quarter turns, you need to spin it like this. That's going to allow you to not only get an even heat along the pipe, but it's going to keep your pipe from actually falling onto the heating element, because you don't want the pipe to actually touch your heating element, as it will burn. We don't want to burn the pipe, we don't want any brown spots, and we don't want to melt any parts of the pipe. So just keep it moving. But we're getting close here. So you can see I can easily smash each part of this pipe, and that's what it's going to take. So still needs a little bit more, especially near the handle. But yeah, This is definitely a lot more time consuming than using a heat gun, but it can be done. And it can be done pretty efficiently once you get the hang of it. Alright, so you can see that you should be able to do this with your pipe. It should be that flexible. So you just want to go ahead and give it one more good heat. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it into the flattening jig.